that historic and famous sports prize, hockey's Stanley Cup.
New York, after 54 years, your long wait is over.
It's over! The Detroit Red Wings win the Stanley Cup!
Here we are at Maple Leaf Gardens in Toronto, all set for the face-off for the first game of the Stanley Cup Finals between the Detroit Red Wings and the Toronto Maple Leafs, with the Red Wings wearing their white uniforms. All set to go, and from the face-off, Popper knocks it back to his own blue line, where it's picked up there by Eddie Shack. Eddie Shack on the right wing, clears it out to center, goes after it himself. It gets by Pronovost. Shack got a breakaway. Right in on goal. Oh, and Sawchuk knocks the puck off to the corner. And now it's the Red Wings' turn as Floyd Smith starts down the ice. Up at center, bearing it into the Leaf zone. Bruce McGregor knocked it down. Doug Barkley moves up to pick it up. Number 5, back to McGregor. He shoots, he scores! 13 seconds later, George Armstrong scored, and it was a 1-1 tie in the first period. Now it's the Leafs coming back with Mahovlich getting a chance. Oh, and Sawchuk stopped that. It goes to the corner, cleared by the Red Wings, out and down the ice. Packer McDonald picks it up in the Leaf zone, number 20. Shot it out in front. Bauer deflects it off to the boards. It comes back to Howe. Howe shoots. He scores! Gordie Howe. Detroit 2, Toronto Maple Leaf 1. In the second period, Gordie Howe coming down the ice to center. Up to the Leaf line. He gets right through the defense, can't control it. Bauer knocks it off to the side, then gets a hold of it again and clears it down the ice. In the third period, with the puck at center ice, it's Keon at the blue line. He picks up a quick pass, goes over the blue line, up to the McKinney. McKinney back to Kelly, up in front to Armstrong, and the rebound scores! Maple Leafs tie the score in the third period, and it's a 2-all tie. Now it's the Red Wings. When they have a man advantage, clearing the puck into the Leaf zone, it bounces along the boards past McDonald. Ullman, he loses it, and down the ice goes Popper. He's got a breakaway. Over the blue line, Howe chasing him, getting set, the backhand, he scores! Bob Popper picks the top right-hand corner. Bob Popper coming through with the winning goal, with the Leafs playing shorthanded, 6 men to 5. Final score, Toronto Maple Leafs 3, Detroit Red Wings 2. The Maple on Maple Leaf Garden ice. The Leafs are wearing their familiar blue and white uniform. And from the face-off, it's cleared back into the Detroit zone. It's Keon racing after. He overskates the puck, and Bill Gadsby picks it up and shoots it down the ice. Hank Mahovlich in his own zone starts a 4-man rush with a shot off the boards. Goes after it himself. Cuts in the left wing. Gets his shot away, and Sawchuk made the save. Back to Bathgate, a drive. And that was stopped by Sawchuk. The rebound out in front, and he goes out and grabs a hold of it and holds it. Stanley's goal at 4:41 of the first period gives the Leafs a 1-0 lead. And the Red Wings on the attack now, cleared into the Leaf zone. Jeffrey goes in behind the goal. Centers it back to the blue line. Gadsby a shot. Right to Ullman in front. He shoots, he scores! Ullman scores for Detroit, and it's all tied up 1-1. Back for McKinney now. Up to center for the Leafs. Over the blue line. A drop pass for Armstrong. Getting set a backhand. Oh, and Sawchuk made the save. Over the blue line. Barkley gets a hold of it. Back to over the blue line, a slap shot. That was stopped by the defense. Another try right in front of the net. It comes out in front of the goal. Packer McDonald goes to the corner, wraps it around behind the net, stopped by Stanley. Shot it to the blue line, but not out. Howe lets it go. Smith missed it. Goes behind the net. Trying to center it. He does. It hit a skate. Scores! Detroit now lead by a score of 3-1. Face off in the Detroit zone. Cleared to the corner. Frank Mahovlich. Goal crease. Detroit 3, Toronto Maple Leafs 2. Puck is at the blue line. Stewart and Bond trying to get it out. Stewart flips it ahead to Eamon. Eamon goes down with Pulford. Over the line to Pulford. He's in the clear. The backhand. Oh, and he shot it wide. Back for Kelly and Pulford over the blue line. Into the corner. He lost the puck. Is cleared, but not out. There's a shot by Bathgate. Sawchuk kicks it out. Back to Bathgate again. Shot across the goal mouth into the corner. Comes back to Kelly. Kelly a slap shot. And it's stopped by Sawchuk, who holds it lying down on the goal crease. Leafs pressing as Kelly comes to center. A pass over on the wing. Eamon again. He's right in. He shot it high over top of the net. Bathgate has the puck back at the blue line. He takes a shot. That's knocked down in front. It goes into the corner. Ron Stewart picks it up, cleared it, and deflects over to Bathgate again. Bathgate gets that cleared. Eamon scores! And it's all tied up. 3-3. A deflected shot of Jerry Eamon. Now into overtime. Andre Pronovo has a breakaway right off the bat. He shoots. Oh, and Bauer made the save, and Pronovo went into the net. Detroit still pressing the Maple Leafs in overtime as Gadsby gets over the blue line. Leaves it there for Howe. A shot. Bauer stopped and scooped into the corner. Another shot, and it knocks Bauer down. He holds it out. Detroit come in over the blue line again. Ullman to Howe, back to Ullman. Ullman gets control of the puck to Howe again, right in front to Larry Jeffrey. He shoots, he scores! Larry Jeffrey has won the game for Detroit. Detroit winning in overtime by a score of 4-3. The Stanley Cup Final Series is now tied at 1 game apiece. Detroit Olympia, Game 3. All set for the face-off. Leafs wearing their white uniforms, and from the draw, the Red Wings get the puck into the Maple Leaf zone. Red Wings pressing right off the bat. Here's a shot knocked down by Bauer. Floyd Smith, number 17, in front of the net. Picks it up, he shoots, he scores! And it's 1-0 for Detroit in the early minutes of the first period. Back for Detroit again, over the blue line. Doug Barkley's shot knocked down by Bauer. Bruce McGregor clips it, and he knocks it into the net. And it's 2-0 Detroit. Now it's the Maple Leafs on the attack, moving into Detroit territory. It's up to Bathgate. There's the shot. That's knocked down by Sawchuk. Armstrong a flip. Oh, and Sawchuk kicked it out. Back for the Maple Leafs again. Ron Stewart over the blue line with Mahavlich. A pass over on the right side to Bathgate. Bathgate trying to control it. Centers it in front for Mahavlich. He shoots. Oh, and Sawchuk again makes a great save. Back for the Detroit Red Wings. Into the Leaf zone. Del Vecchio right in front of the net. Floyd Smith shoots. He scores. Detroit 3. Toronto Maple Leafs nothing. Now it's the Leafs moving into the Detroit zone. Here's Kelly's shot. That's right in front. Sawchuk made the save. It rebounds back to Andy Bathgate. He's getting set. He shoots. Oh, he scores. He caught the short side. And it's Detroit 3. Toronto Maple Leafs 1. And the Leafs are still putting on the pressure in the second period as they pour into the Detroit zone. It's behind the net. They're trying to center it. Don McKinney goes after it. And Keon. They can't get it in front. It goes to the corner. Armstrong's hit. McKinney picks it up. A flip pass back to Bathgate. There's the shot. Oh, Sawchuk stops. Another one as Keon is knocked off stride. Now in the third period. It's the Leafs coming over the line. Don McKinney. He's checked. The puck comes back to the blue line. Keon gets a shot. It's stopped. He goes after his own rebound. Right in front. It hits the leg. He scores. Keon makes it 3-2. Less than 2 minutes remaining in regulation time. 3-2 the score. The Leafs pouring into the Detroit zone again. Back to Tim Horton at the blue line. He slaps one. That's knocked down in front. Keon goes after it, overskates it. Tries to get it out in front. He does, right in front of Don McKinney, number 17. He shoots, he scores, and it's all tied up, 3-3. Less than a minute remaining as the Detroit Red Wings now move into the Maple Leaf zone. Led by Gordie Howe with a backhand that's knocked down in front of the net. It goes off to Alan Stanley. Stanley tries to clear it out. Stopped by Marcel Pronovo. Right in front for Gordie Howe. Howe right to Del Vecchio. He shoots. He scores! And the Detroit Red Wings have defeated the Toronto Maple Leafs by a score of 4-3. Detroit leads the series now, 2-1. Back at the Olympia for the 4th game of the final. Set for the face-off at center ice, Alex Del Vecchio and Frank Mahavlich. And from the face-off, Red Wings get the draw, but it's cleared back, and Mahavlich picks it up at center ice. He's coming down, a long drive, and Slapshot makes a great save on the slapshot, and he covers up on the rebound. Back for Detroit now into the Maple Leaf zone. It's into the corner for Ullman. Gets it back to Gadsby. A shot stopped by Bauer. Another shot, and Bauer covers up. Now it's the Leafs moving up with Keon into the Detroit zone with McKinney. A shot goes wide. It comes to Stanley. He's checked. Back to the blue line, a shot. Stopped by side. Keon scores on the rebound. Toronto Maple Leafs 1. Detroit Red Wings no score. In the second period, it's the Leafs again. Keon breaks through the defense. Couldn't control it. Gets it back to Kelly. Back into the corner. Out in front of the net. Armstrong shoots and Sawchuk makes the save. Bruce McGregor has tied the score 1-1. And the Red Wings are on the attack again. Packer McDonald to Howe. There's the shot. Stopped by Bauer. Right in front of the net. And it's played to the blue line, but not out. Here's Del Vecchio. Howe races after, along with Jeffrey. Ullman to Howe. He shoots. He scores! Gordie Howe has given Detroit the lead, 2-1. Now it's the Leafs moving back into the Detroit zone. George Armstrong has possession. He's partially checked. Gets away from Langlois. Trying to center it. Still has it. Gets it back to Kelly. Right in front of the net. Keon picks up the loose puck. He shoots. He scores! And it's all tied up 2-all. In the third period, Detroit still pressing. Here's a chance for Ullman and Jeffrey. Right in front of Jeffrey. Shoots. Oh, he shot it out behind Bauer, out the other side. And the Leafs come back. Here's Bassage. He's racing after the puck. He has a breakaway. They're trying to get back. He shoots. He scores! And the Maple Leafs take the lead 3-2. Frank Mahavlich adds another. And the Toronto Maple Leafs defeat the Detroit Red Wings 4-2. Stanley Cup Series is tied at 2 games apiece. Game 5 back at Maple Leaf Gardens in Toronto. From the faceoff, the puck goes back to Bill Gadsby. Over to Marcel Pronovo, ahead to Larry Jeffrey, was behind him. The Leafs take charge, and it's cleared along the board. It's a chance for Keon and Armstrong. Armstrong back to Keon in the clear, and it's stopped by Sawchuk and goes to the corner. Now it's Doug Barkley of Detroit down the right wing. A pass at center ice. It goes over to Eddie Joyelle, and he's hit hard by Bob Vaughn. To Bruce McGregor, right for Ronald Pronovo, and that went sliding into the corner off Bauer. The Red Wings keep the puck in the Leaf zone. Vaughn after it. Alex Del Vecchio fights for it with him. He gets it loose. Del Vecchio's trying to center it. He does right to Howe. A shot. Oh, Bauer stops it. Rolls down the side. Howe shoots again. He scores! Gordie Howe scores for Detroit. Detroit 1, Maple Leafs nothing. In the second period, the Red Wings come over the line with Howe. He flips it. Stopped by Pulford. He's got a breakaway. Down he goes at center. Over the blue line. Right in on goal. He shoots, and Sawchuk makes the save. In the third period now, as Bob Pulford with Eamon combining over the line. A shot by Eamon. A stop by Sawchuk. It goes to Ron Stewart, number 12. Right to Eamon again. He shoots. Sawchuk stops that. Now come the Red Wings at center ice. Andre Pronovo drop pass to Joyelle. He shoots. He scores! Eddie Joyelle makes it 2-0 for Detroit. Now it's the Leafs' turn to come over the line. Armstrong, a drop pass to Bathgate to Kelly. A pass to Mahavlich. Shot it right in front. Keon is knocked into the Detroit net. Sawchuk makes the save. A scramble in front of the goal. They pile there, and it's held for a faceoff. All set to go to the right of Sawchuk. It comes back to Kelly. Kelly for Mahavlich. Back for Keon. He missed it. It goes back to Mahavlich in the corner. Mahavlich turns. Back to Kelly. Kelly has it. Passes over here to Bathgate. A shot right in front. Armstrong the rebound. He scores! And it's 2-1, Detroit. Seconds remaining in the game. The puck is at center ice. The net is empty for the Maple Leafs using 6 attackers. The puck is loose at center. A race for it. Ullman tips it down the ice. It's sliding. Oh, and it just goes wide to the left goal post. And the game is over. Detroit hang on to defeat the Toronto Maple Leafs 2-1. Detroit leads the series 3-2. It's Detroit home ice for the 6th game of the series. A crucial game for Punch Imlach's Maple Leafs. All set for the face-off now, and the puck is cleared back into the Maple Leaf zone, and Alan Stanley goes back for it. Bauer stops it for him. Stanley shoots it along the boards. It goes out to center ice. Cleared to Stanley again at the Detroit blue line. A pass to Eamon. He shoots. And Sawchuk stopped it and stopped another as it went wide of the post. Stanley on the attack again, this time with Pulford. He puts him right in the clear. He shoots. He scores! Bob Pulford. Toronto Maple Leafs 1. Detroit Red Wings, no score. Now in the second period, it's the Red Wings' turn as Martin, a long pass in front to Henderson. He's in the clear. He shoots. He scores on a breakaway. Back into the lead zone now for the Red Wings. Near Bauer. Bauer scoops at it. It goes to the side. They're trying to clear it away. Al keeps it in. Here's the shot. Knocked down by Bauer. It slides to the corner. A race for it. Martin and Horton. Horton gets a hold of it. Then he's checked by Martin. McMillan going in behind the net. It's cleared right in front. Oh, it's tipped in the net by Martin. And the Red Wings take the lead. 2-1. Now it's the Red Wings again. McGregor clearing it at center. Stopped by Brewer. Carl Brewer watched. Gets it over the line into the Detroit zone. Ron Stewart right in front. Pulford bangs at it. He scores! And it's all tied up. 2-2. Alex Del Vecchio starts for the Red Wings now with a pass to Bill Gadsby. Up at center to Howe. Howe gets over the line. He's cutting in. He gets set. A backhand. He scores! Gordie Howe picking the corner with a backhand. Detroit 3. Toronto Maple Leafs 2. The Red Wings on the attack again. Gordie Howe leading the rush over the line. And he gets into the corner, around the net. Joyelle was knocked into the goal. It's still loose. It goes to the boards. Billy Harris completes the scoring. Detroit 3, Maple Leafs 3, forcing the second overtime of the series. And from the draw, it goes back to Horton in the corner. He's watched by Joyelle to Stanley. Along the boards for Eamon. Eamon flipped it to center, intercepted by Marcel Pronovo. Gets it over the line. Joyelle gets set. The slap shot. Bauer had to kick it out. And it goes to center. It's now the Leafs moving on the attack. Up they come to center. Over the line, the puck goes into the corner. Al Langlois after it. He comes back to Bob Bond. He shoots. He scores! Bob Bond shot. Bounced over Sawchuk's shoulder into the corner. And the Maple Leafs have defeated the Detroit Red Wings by a score of 4-3. Stanley Cup Series now tied at 3 games apiece. Toronto, Saturday, April the 25th, the final game of the Stanley Cup Finals played at Maple Leaf Gardens. Ready for the face-off. Ullman gets the draw. Larry Jeffrey goes back, picks it up with the blue line, knocks it off the boards, and it's cleared down into the Maple Leaf zone, and Tim Horton races after it, number 7. He goes behind the net. It goes to the corner. Intercepted by Larry Jeffrey. Coming out in front, a shot, and Bauer makes the save and holds on to it for a face-off. The face-off to the right of Johnny Bauer. Hal gets the draw, clears it back. It bounced out over the blue line. A race for it. Andy Bathgate picks it up. He's in the clear. Going in alone. Right in on goal. He shoots. He scores! Maple Leafs 1. Detroit Red Wings nothing. In the second period, Detroit Red Wings go on the attack and move into Leaf territory. And it's a pass from Floyd Smith to Normie Elman. Back out in front to Parker McDonald. Shot by Howe. Stopped by Bauer. As Stanley rammed into him. It goes to the boards. Still in possession of Detroit. Floyd Smith. Right in front to Elman. Right in front of the net. He shoots. Oh, he hit the goal post. And it bounces off to the side. Back up the ice for the Maple Leafs. A pass for Stewart. Right in on goal. And that's stopped by Sawchuk. The Leafs in there again as Carl Brewer lets one go. Sawchuk stops. Keon and the rebound was stopped by Sawchuk again. Now in the third period, up to center ice and down the ice goes Keon over the Detroit line. A backhand pass for Harris. He shoots and Sawchuk makes another save. It's Harris, a pass to Keon out over his own blue line. One man back. Up over the Detroit blue line. Getting set. He shoots. He scores. He tapped the bottom left-hand corner. Toronto Maple Leafs leading by a score of 2-0. The Leafs on the attack again. This time it's Stanley with the puck. Over here to Frank Mahavlich on the right wing. Over the blue line. Mahavlich stops. Gets set. Passes it to Kelly. Kelly gets a hold of it. Turns around. Shoots. He scores with a backhand. Leafs 3. Detroit Red Wings, nothing. And now with time running out for the Detroit Red Wings, the Leafs leading 4-0. Maple Leaf executive Stafford Smythe and John Bassett eagerly await that final play as the Red Wings roar into the Leaf zone. It's Gordie Howe being hit into the boards. The puck comes up to McMillan. Over to Martin. A shot. Bauer stops it. Howe runs into Bauer, knocks him down, holds on to him. Seconds remaining. The bell goes, and the Toronto Maple Leafs win the Stanley Cup.
It was the longest haul in hockey history. 101 exhibition and league games for the Toronto Maple Leafs. But weary or not, the heat of competition was over. And for a few minutes before the Stanley Cup presentation, the players on both teams showed their friendship and mutual respect. The president of the NHL, Mr. Clarence Campbell.
Ladies and gentlemen, as a climax to this magnificently played record-breaking series, it is my pleasure and responsibility to present to the winners for the 10th time the Stanley Cup, emblematic of the World Championship. I call on Captain George Armstrong to receive the trophy.